Oh, that was well worth repairing. Hi guys, looking at this little turtle again. What I've done is one of my other motors, I've wrapped tape round it to make it the same diameter, so it actually sits in the holder there, right? I've just very temporarily soldered the wires in place, and in fact the red wire was broken under one of those bits where it was the plastic was melted to hold it in place. So we now have it in place, and we can see that if we press this button it runs. Now I thought there was some sort of timer going to be involved here, so I'll just leave it for a few seconds and see if it does stop. I don't think it will, because if I press that button again, that stops it. So no timer involved, just start and stop. So the question is, do I try and get that all back together? I don't know what I'll do with these little I could put a bit of hot glue on them, I suppose, just to protect them. This isn't going to be a permanent fix, whatever we do, because it's the wrong size motor. Well, I say that, I mean it'll probably run. Yeah, it might run long enough for us to actually see whether it works in the water. I've just noticed something I didn't notice earlier. That gear there has got one of those sort of slipping clutch mechanisms on it, I think. Yeah, so you can actually turn the propeller without that gear turning. I don't know if you can actually see it inside there. In the middle of the gear there's a little mechanism there, sort of a ratchet effect that allows it to slip if there's too much tension on it. Basically it means that you can turn it backwards without damaging the motor. So I'll see if I can get it back together, just to see if we can put it in the water and see it run. But that is the wrong motor. This one, I've measured it. Can I remember the measurements? It's a 7mm diameter and 14mm long, and then it's got quite a long shaft on it. I've seen quite a few motors that are about the right sizes but don't have a long enough shaft, and then the ones that have got a long enough shaft aren't the right size. I mean obviously it's available, because that's what this one must have come from somewhere originally. Anyway, we'll put it all back together. Well, it's one of those good news, bad news situations. As you can see, it is moving, but I've wired up the motor backwards, because it was red and blue wires on the original motor, but the one I put in there had white and black. So I just guessed it's a 50-50 chance, and I can tell it's going the wrong way because the propeller is turning the wrong way. It's turning that way, which is the wrong way. So I have to take it apart again. Well, that didn't take as long as I expected it to get it apart again. I suppose it's because I've taken it apart a couple of times now. So that's the right way around. I wonder if it can actually crawl. Yeah. Oh wow. I was thinking it would only work in the water. I've no idea if I've got those legs back in exactly the right sequence, because those gears will have moved a little bit when I had it all apart. Right, that bit. How did that go? Can't be that way. That way. Well, that looks about right. Yeah, I think that's it. It's got a little peg in the bottom of it that's lining it up. It seems to, anyway. And then the head's got to go on. Probably supposed to do it upside down. Head is going to be that way up. I think that's it, apart from that bit falling off again. We've even got little bits sticking out to make his head move. Okay, a few more screws to go in. All back together. Oh, he's lovely. The only thing now is, do we put him in water? I've put some water in the sink. You might be able to hear a hum in the background. That's the dishwasher is on, because it's that time of night. Normally we've gone to bed by now. So it's a very realistic movement, apart from the fact that it's got propeller pushing it along. But the paddling, that's excellent, isn't it? I'm sorry we're in the shadows. Oh, that was well worth repairing. Well, I'm pleased with that now. I was disappointed when we found the motor was dead and all rusty. But I'm now pleased with myself. I say sorry it's in a bit of shadow. I didn't put enough water in there to bring it up near the top so the lights could get to it. But that's a beautiful swimming motion. Lovely.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.